Hello everybody and welcome to episode 1 of Darkest Dungeon, a game I've discussed and been looking forward to for quite a while. It is by Red Hook Studios, and if you know anything about it, you know that it was pretty wildly successfully kickstarted, and over the past year or so, maybe even more at this point, they've shown tidbits of what the gameplay is like. Long story short, it's a 2D, turn-based, dungeon crawler, roguelike game with a little bit of base management and permadeath and all that good stuff. And it is about to hit Steam Early Access on February 3rd. I'm playing a press build that is, you know, for the YouTubers and the Twitchers and all that stuff. And it was provided to me by the developers, of course. And honestly, I put just about 2 hours into the game so far, and I'm really loving it. I'm going to be diving in right away. The story is, just because I'm not going to go through the cutscenes, is pretty simple. The idea is, there's a guy who lived in this manor right here. He got bored of his very luxurious lifestyle, heard rumors of some mystical power underneath his mansion, dug for it, found a giant stone gate, opened it up, and all this Cthulhian, Lovecraftian hell broke loose. Now adventurers come by huge numbers to try and just kill it all and claim the fame and the money and all that good stuff, as well as going insane while doing so. We control any number of those adventures. I'm going to be diving in. We're going to be starting a brand new game here. I have 2 games, as you can see. Let's just go ahead and delete this one, and we'll just start a fresh one. And I will be starting fresh, and I'm going to be kind of just explaining the game as we play and enjoying it, hopefully, with you. I hope you guys are excited. This game is going to be, it already is, but it's going to be fun, I promise. So let's dive in. We're just going to skip the cutscene. I'm not really worried about the cutscene. It just shows, like, this wagon coming down and all this other stuff, and it's like, oh, you're on your way. And it's going to introduce us to our first 2 heroes kind of right here. This is our first 2 heroes. We'll talk about some of the basics of how the game works. So right now, we'll just go over a lot of the main stuff so I don't have to worry about it when combat pops up. Bottom right's our map. In order to go from one place to another, you click on one of the rooms. When you click on that room, you will enter the hallway that leads from the room you're in to the room you're going to. You then manually move through that hallway. Down that hallway, you could find treasure, you could find traps, you could find monsters you have to fight. Then you get to the room where there could be treasures, traps, and monsters to fight. And you do that until you beat the entirety of the dungeon. Over here is your character's abilities. Each one has their own set of abilities. This is cool because of the way combat works. So you can have a total of 4 people at any adventuring party at any given time, and they're set up like this: 1, 2, 3, and 4. And your abilities are directly related to where you stand within that party line during combat. For instance, Smite right here, as you can see at the bottom on the top right of this ability, the little circles is what I'm talking about there. In order to use Smite, I must be in the first 2 spots on one of the first 2 spots of my party line, and Smite only hits the first 2 enemy spots on the enemy line. But if we go over here to Grape Shot, or yeah, well, you know what, we'll use Pistol Shot. I have to be in one of the back 3 spots of the party line, and it only hits the back 3 spots of the enemy line. And they all have variations of that. If you see 3 dots linked together, it means it hits all 3 of them. And of course, they all have stats kind of based on them. We have our equipment down here, items that they're carrying, and then of course loot that we're carrying as well. We have also our character's known traits. Essentially, each character gets randomly generated some traits. I have Warrior of Light, so when light is above 75, I get 10% damage, and that's what this is up here. We'll talk about that in a minute. But he's also a kleptomaniac, so he's prone to steal items. And if he's in town, he will only prey to reduce stress, which we'll talk about now. So over here, we have our character's statistics. We have our character's health and his stress. His health is pretty self-explanatory. His stress is a little bit more unique. The darker it gets, the more enemies you fight, the more traps you spring, even some spells and abilities that enemies can use on you, your stress number will increase. The closer it gets to 100, the more crazy your character becomes, essentially. Sometimes when they reach 100, which is the worst of it, and we'll see all this in action, of course, when they reach 100, they will then either, one of 2 things can happen. They can get a really cool, like, heroic buff. They will basically stand against everything and get really good, or they will break down and go crazy, meaning they can act on their own. They can switch spots in the party line. They can basically fuck over your entire party, and it can get really dangerous. That's the basics of it all. Of course, this is basic stats over here. Let's just move on to the next part, and we'll talk about that here. So we're just going from here to here. All right, so yep.
Side path.
Like,
the hamlet is just ahead.
There's going to be a lot of narration, so you have to bear with me early on. But yeah, basically it says move with A and D, or I can hold down my mouse button to move. All right, we're going to have our first button. We got surprised Our guy over here got stressed out, a little bit of stress because we ended up surprised. And he's going to uppercut slice me. That sucks. It's going to knock him back a spot. So now we have to move. Depending on who's first will determine who moves. So I'm going to move him up front. It doesn't really matter, actually, because all of my abilities can be used where they are. So you know what? Screw it. I'm going to try and stun him. We'll use Stunning Blow. It'll do a little bit of damage, and hopefully we'll stun him in the process. So we actually stunned him. That's great. If we actually hover over the enemy, we can see his health and all of his resistances to stun, bleed, debuff, and blight, which is like a poison. All right, he actually has to move back to use his gun, but I'm going to try and bleed him first. All right, we got him to bleed. So he's going to be stunned. We're going to actually move you back. Swap places. He's going to bleed. He was stunned. He couldn't do anything, and then we'll try and stun him again. Keep bashing him with the hilt of our sword. He resisted at that time. No big deal. The bleed ability we have, by the way, as you can see, I should probably go over these a little bit more, is an accuracy base of 85, minus 15 damage modifier, and they end up bleeding 2 points every round for 3 rounds, which is great. We'll go ahead and melee him again, and that'll finish him off.
Give them no quarter.
And he actually gained some stress back from being the one to deal the killing blow, which is great. And we got a little bit of money from it, so we'll move on. Looks like the bandits' camp is here, so we'll be interacting with objects, and by clicking on them and then checking inside of them. And we got 500 gold and a jade. Beautiful. And now we'll come to this door and hit W, and we'll go into the room we were looking for. We'll have our final fight of this dungeon, essentially. So this guy's real fucking big. The thing with enemies is they can vary in size, and a big guy like this is going to take up the first 2 slots. So any ability that hits the first 2 slots will be, or actually, does he take up the first 2 or the first 3? Yeah, first 2. So if he takes up the first 2 slots, any ability that hits the first 2 slots up front will only hit him. So we'll try and bleed him early on if we can. He resisted it. He has an okay chance to resist it. He has a 50% chance to resist our stun, though, which is kind of a problem. And they are doing some good damage to us. Let's try and fight back here. We'll go ahead and stun. We'll try and stun him. He has a 50% chance to resist stun. He dodged it, so never mind. Fuck, that sucks. Come on, we gotta bleed him. We gotta get some bleed on him. He resisted it again. Holy crap. Blanket fire sucks. It's gonna hit both of us. I should maybe have him focus on the guy in the back. That sucks too, because that's a bleed chance. And yeah, now he's bleeding. Alright, bash him. Let's see if it stuns him. Yeah, we actually stunned him. That's awesome. So round 3 is gonna start. He's gonna take a bleed damage. We'll go ahead and pistol shot him. It's gonna do some damage and only hits the back 3. We could have him aim first, which gives him a buff. He has a higher % chance to crit next time he attacks, but I'm just gonna go ahead and attack the guy in the back. 5 damage is good. And you know what? We'll just hit him really freaking hard. 12 damage, beautiful. Blanket fire yet again. Ooh, we critted the guy up front. That's gonna stress us out big time. Anytime they crit, we get a big stress. We'll take another pistol shot at the guy at the back. Try and finish him off in a couple of rounds. He's the only one that can even hit him anyway. Blanket fire, it's fine. Smite. Keep kind of bashing him with smite. He should die next round. Point blank shot. That sucks. That's so much damage. Did we get a round before him? I think we do. Yeah, we do. So let's hopefully finish the guy in the back, and we did. He's gonna get a shot first. Point blank shot again. Yikes. Wow. This is the first time I've fought this guy, and he's actually given us that much trouble. So when you get almost dead, right before you die, if you take enough damage to bring you to 0, you get Death's Door. While you're in Death's Door state, they will suffer stat penalties, plus any further damage has a chance to kill them. I have to heal them to get them off Death's Door. So every time he hits him from now on, he has a chance of killing him. And there's also a chance he remains on Death's Door as well. So you'll see that in action over time. I'm going to just hope I hit him and kill him. And we do. Okay. So we ended up getting 4 crests, some sapphires, anti-venom, and a bunch of other stuff. We'll take it all. We finished our quest, but let's take him and open this chest first and see if there's anything inside. It is trapped, and I got blighted. That's annoying. That's fine, though. That's the whole dungeon. The quest was complete, and we can finish off. So we got 5,000 gold for finishing the quest, and then everything else we picked up along the way, and a bunch of heirlooms, which are used for upgrading our buildings, which we'll talk about here once we get in. Everybody's going to level up. Nobody's going to earn a perk. Every time you level up, you have a chance of earning a perk. We'll return to town.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So when you finish a quest, you get this activity log. Kind of shows you what happened, and you have all your quests and goals that you need to take care of over the course of the playthrough. As you can see, our characters are freaking out a bit because between quests, your characters maintain their stress, and the only way to bring their stress down is to put them in areas that will bring their stress back down. Unfortunately, you can't unlock any of those buildings until you go through your first actual quest. So our stress is going to be with these guys until we finish the next quest. A couple of buildings we can click on though. Our graveyard, which is basically when your characters die, this is where they go. Pretty self-explanatory. And then our stagecoach, which I'm actually going to talk over this guy because he's talking too much. So our stagecoach is pretty simple. Like I said, there is permadeath in the game. I'll let him talk because it's going to confuse me if I don't.
And corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Okay, you done? So, like I said, there's permadeath. So how do you replace characters after they die? Well, that's what the stagecoach is for. The stagecoach is where you're going to get heroes. Once a week, enemies or heroes will show up, and you can recruit them to your party. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 guys that they give us.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
And this down here, this is the stuff I was talking about before, is the stuff we're going to use to upgrade the building. So we're actually going to go to a stagecoach and upgrade them a little bit. We have 2 different upgrades we can have our stagecoach. The stagecoach network, the more we have in this, the higher number of heroes that will show up. So this will increase the number of heroes that show up per week from 2 to 3. So we'll go ahead and take that. And hero barracks, which increases the size of our roster, basically the heroes we can have in town, up to 11. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now we have our heroes. We need to, we can actually go ahead and rename them, which I'm going to end up doing. Also, this will show us a bunch of other stuff, which, like their camping skills. When you camp, you can actually do all kinds of things like reduce stress and heal. Each character has different camping skills, which we will go over time. But we can actually rename the hero. And since this is the leader of the party until he dies, this will be me. We have Dismas over here. Dismas is, I don't know, he's balding, so this can be Northern Lion. It's fine with me. Paynell is the only girl, so this will be Carrie. Don't die on me, Carrie. And then over here, we've got Bored, Roared. Roared, you know what? You look like a bird, so you'll be Bear Taffy. Logic. All right, that being said, let's take a look over here. And you can actually take a look. This is actually a really good screen. We should go over this real quick. So it'll go over all their abilities, all their camping skills, all their resistances and stats and stuff, and also their preferred positions in the party lineup. So he prefers to be in the back. Carrie prefers to be right here. So she's actually really good where she is. And she also has Unquiet Mind. May not meditate while in town. This is actually good to know. Lurker, light below 25%. She gets 10% damage. Interesting. And Hatred of Unholy. She gets plus 15% damage against unholy monsters and minus 15% stress damage against them. That's really good. Bear Taffy, he's resilient. 10% stress heal, faded, chance to turn any miss into a hit. Oh, that's really good. And Flagellant. In town will only flagellate for stress release. Oh, okay, interesting. All right, good. So we know all of those. We're good to go. What is this? That's our estate, so basic stuff. So we did some upgrades. This is our trinket inventory, which we have none. This is our menu. I just want to make sure. I never clicked on those before. So now we have to embark on a quest. Ooh, survivalist. Complete more quests to unlock. Ooh, I hadn't seen that one over there. All right, let's go ahead and do our first quest then. So we only have one quest in the ruins.
Madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Okay, so this is the rewards for this particular quest. 3,000 gold, 2 busts, 2 crests, and a gambler's charm. We have to basically complete all of the room battles in the dungeon, which is going to be kind of dangerous. And Unholy Abominations is kind of the explanation. So let's grab our men and women, Carrie and Bear Taffy. We'll go buy some provisions.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Okay, and it basically told us it wants us to buy 8 food, which is useful, and then 4 bandages. Oh, 4 torches, which, you know, deals with the light. As the light goes down, we can actually relight it up with the torch. I'm actually going to take a shovel, a key, and a holy water, just in case. It's a lot of our gold, but this is going to help us on our quest. And we will hit the embark button and hope we don't end up dying. I've played this opening mission a few times just because I had a couple of save files going just to learn a little bit the ins and outs and see if it was randomized and all this stuff. And I have had multiple different variations where I've lost all but one person and have maintained all 4. So this first mission can be brutal. The game does not hold back.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin?
And it's randomized every fucking time, so let's go to our first room and see how things go. Alright. Alright, we got some loot right away. A shovel. Ooh, nice. And things. We got 2 shovels now. What is this? Altar of Light. A small holy altar seems out of place against the backdrop. Can I actually put holy water there? You have curried favor from them. Oh, very cool. I just took a guess, by the way. I've never seen that before. So I got 30% damage. Wow, that's really good. Oh, and we're going to get our first fight. Bunch of undead. We ended up getting surprised, so we got shuffled up there, which sucks. That sucks a lot. We'll do grape shot here. They are pretty weak, though. The bone soldier in the back is actually going to be our biggest problem. They all dodged. Are you shitting me? And he's got 30% damage, too, and he's in the fucking back. That sucks. So I got to start pushing him forward. So what does she have? She has Dazzling Light, Divine Grace, which is a targeted heal, Illumination, and a bash. So she only has 1 targeted heal. I've had variations of her where they've had a group heal before. Illumination. Sure, we'll hit the guy in the back. Try and get some damage done to him. He's the strongest one. Bump in the night. Are you going to knock him back? Nope. Graveyard Slash. Alright, what does he got this time around? Battlefield Medicine. Target. Cure Blight and Bleed for 100%. Oh, wow. He can cure Blight and Bleed on his own. That's great. Noxious Blast, which is just a little bit of damage and a chance to poison them. Plague Grenade, some damage and a chance to poison them. And Disorienting Blast, which actually knocks them out and does some damage. Interesting. We'll go ahead and hit this guy in the back with this grenade. And we missed. Wow, we've been missing a lot. That's unfortunate. Alright, Northern Lion. Let's try not to miss him this time. Nice shot, by the way. Hit the guy in the back a lot. Freaking whooping our butt here. Plague Grenade. We'll see if we can hit him. That should finish him. Beautiful. That actually helps our stress a bit. Illumination. I actually need to move her back. But I actually just might melee bash instead. Nah, we'll just try and finish him off. Beautiful. 6 health. We're going to rearrange them once the battle finishes anyway. But this should at least bring him close enough where you can hit if I have to go to another round. Let's go ahead and slap him. Can't bleed. He's completely resistant to bleeding. Clearly. Alright, good. That's going to help her stress. We got a little bit of food and some gold. So let's move him up. There we go. Perfect. Alright, we survived. Let's actually eat a little bit of our food. Just do a small amount of healing. That'll work for me. He got stressed out a little bit. We want to make sure this stays pretty high. The light did go down. That's what that was. But dim light's okay. I'll take dim light. There's no combat in this room. So next room. And we hope for the best. Alright, there's another holy thing here. A small holy altar. We'll see what happens. A soothing pale light engulfs. Beautiful. So our damage is up to 50% now. He needs to stay up front. He's going to be hitting so hard. God damn it, a trap. Didn't see it.
Is the trap maker's art.
Alright, you know what? Let's fucking pop a torch here and keep it nice and bright. These guys are getting way too stressed out. My problem is my original guys are really stressed out anyway, so. Alright, so we got our room of combat here. This guy in the back's a problem. He does a little bit of damage, but he basically cranks up the stress of everybody else. And that's my biggest concern, so we need to focus on them. We hit the plague grenade. We blighted the guy in the back. That's perfect. She's going to take some damage. Alright, let's see. You're going to be hitting so fucking hard. Yeah, holy shit. So good. Yeah, we helped the stress there, too.
Well struck.
Pop this guy in the back. Try and finish him off. She could do a heal, or we could do an illumination. She can hit everybody. You know what? We'll actually burn illumination. This should finish off the bone courtier, so he can't stress us out anymore. Clear him off. Now we're gonna deal with just the physical problems of the melee attacks, which I can deal with because we have a heal spell that we can focus on somebody if we need to. But Mathas here is gonna be doing a butt ton of damage. He really is. So we can weaken him up here, and then Mathas can just do a bunch more. Let's go ahead and Noxious Blast. Beautiful. He's going to graveyard slash Mathas. Mathas is going to dodge, which is awesome. And you know what? We'll go ahead and slap a heal up on Mathas for now. We rolled a 3, which is basically the minimum we could do with that. And we'll do Zealous Accusation, which is both of them. And that's going to do a ton of damage. We got, oh wow, a bunch of stuff from that. We'll take all of it. Let's see what this is. Heirloom chest, a chest with your family sigil. Can't put anything on it. It's trapped. We're bleeding. We can just go ahead and right-click and bandage him up so he's not bleeding anymore. And that's that room, so we're going to be moving on to the next room now. Hoping for the best. I see no... Whoa, maggots. Alright, we got surprised. The only people who got shuffled were the back 3, which is okay. Grave Nibble. That does a lot of damage for a nibble, if I do say so myself. Alright. This shouldn't be too bad. We're still doing, what, 50% more damage, so... We'll just pop them. They can't be doing... Yeah, they're not very powerful. We'll slap a heal onto Mathas here. I think he's stunned. He is. He's stunned from the Grave Nibble. So that's, I guess, the problem with Grave Nibble is it can stun. We might have to go through some food. Good, 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 good. Drop another heal on you. That should finish off, yeah, at least 2 of them, if not all 3. And now he's going to get yet another attack before we can finish. And then Mathas can just go ahead and slap him in the freaking face and end it. Good.
This expedition at least promises success.
And then that's it. That's perfect. So let's heal him up a little bit with some food. I don't want to use too much food, but I do want to use a little bit. And let's keep the light up. I want to make it through this without losing anybody if possible. So we have an alchemy table. We'll have him do it, performing some experiments. If we do it, ignore. Yeah. We could put holy water there and see what it does. I'd be curious. Should probably use a skeleton key. Let's put a torch there. The torch oil helps something.
As the light gains
so I think
purchase,
it just bursted a huge amount of light.
And
so
purpose is made clear.
I'm fine with that. Crate is empty. That's okay. So yeah, that looks like it just did a ton of light for us. All right, next one. I adore this art style, by the way. It's freaking beautiful. Ooh, we got a scouting chance. That's awesome. So it's going to show us a little bit of the map. It looks like these rooms are empty. And we're going to get some treasure and maybe some fights on the next hallway or 2. So, all right, let's do it. Next one. We got some books. We might as well have him read the books. Reading a few pages has a lasting effect on the hero. Night blindness. What does that do? Light below 0, minus 10% damage. Well, luckily he's not our damage dealer. So I'm glad he was the one that popped it. There's a trap there. So scouted traps will be visible. Click on the ground as you approach them. Select a hero. Wait. Traps will okay. Select a hero and then click on the trap to attempt to disarm it. Some heroes are better than at others. Look, Northern Lion, you look like a roguish-like person. You do it. Yeah, nice job. Nice job. Let's have him perform some experiments. What do we want to do? How about a bandage? No effect. How about holy water? Alright, we're losing things as we do that. So let's just go ahead and perform just regular experiments. He caught the blight, which he could heal himself, but I don't have any way of doing it. You can't do the abilities outside of combat, which sucks. It's getting dark. Let's pop another torch and keep moving. I'm gonna ignore this. I don't want to mess with it anymore. Hunger. The exertions of adventuring have produced a growing hunger amongst the party. Eat 4 food, gain 5% health. Let's just go ahead and do it. We have the food. That's all of our food, but that's a random event that can occur. Looks like we got to disarm the trap a second time. I wish that brought some stress up. I feel like that would be ideal. The light is fading. Well, we don't have any torch right now. We just used all of our torches. So we're going to have to go through the rest of the dark dungeon without it. We only got one more room, though. We just have no scouting information. So we want to use this. This is going to be a bunch of rubble. We're going to use a shovel to clear it.
On preventing passage.
If we clear it by hand, we take damage and take stress, which is not good. So far, no. Oh, there we go. Oh, a bunch of brigands. Interesting. Shouldn't be that big a deal. The guys in the back have guns, so I'm going to have him focused on them. Because this... Yeah, let's have him focused on them. Dodge, okay. A little bit nervous. Because we are definitely in a hurt spot. We could be brought to death's door a little bit here. Alright, he's going to knock him back. That sucks. But sure. These guys are all going way before us. Do I still have 50% damage? I do. So let's slap them with a massive, massive amount of hurt. Then we will... I think we'll disorienting blast this guy and try and knock him... So we'll try and knock him back and bring the gun guys up, but that didn't happen. And I need you to move back, because you can't heal unless you're in the back row. So I need to put you back here. He's gonna shank. Oh no!
Terrible assault.
Oh, Northern Lion could die. He could die here. I don't like this either, man. Round 2. They all get a bunch of moves. Yeah, he's gonna attack Ryan. He's still at death's door. He's still alive. He got pushed back too. That could be good. Death's door still. The blanket fire is gonna end up killing him. Oh no, we're at Bear Taffy's losing it too. Shit, man. Fuck. And I don't have any way to. You can't. No food.
Set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Play grenade. Man, they dodged too. Crap. Why are you dodging so much? Holy shit. All right. You're all right. I appreciate you missing him. We're gonna kill him. We killed them both. That's good. So now they got brought way front up. That's good. Blanket fire. Death's door. Still alive somehow. I can't heal them, so I might as well try and do damage here and focus them down. This actually bumps the torch up a little bit, so that's gonna be good. Okay, yeah, focus her. Focus the guys with health if we can get through this part. The thing is, we have to go through the next room, and that killed off fucking Carrie. I mean, that killed off fucking Bear Taffy. We might have to escape, man. You have the option of retreating from combat and abandoning this quest to save others and press onward. Well, I don't want to. I want to finish this. If Ryan can hit them. I mean, if Mathas can hit them. There we go. We finished them off. We're gonna have to run, I think. I think we'd be smart and run with the 3 people that we have. What's his damage? It's like 70% now. Holy shit, man. Do we... Oh, we can't run now. Oh, shit. Oh, no, I can. But if I don't... Like, here's the thing. If I don't go through this quest, I can't bring their stress down anyway. So I might as well fucking just do it. And see who lives. Oh, no. I've fought these guys before. That's not good. Oh, that's even worse. That is even worse. Alright, he lived. She's up front, which is not good. Quarrel. Death blow.
Another life wasted in the pursuit of glory and gold.
God damn it. Alright, Mathas is fully stressed out. He's gonna gain courageous. That's alright. That's good. I need him up 1 though. Virtuous. Sometimes heroes respond to onslaught. Yeah, so basically when you get fully crazy, you get a buff or you get a debuff, depending on the person. Luckily, he got a buff. Let's see what we can do. There's nothing I can do but attack. I have to attack. I have no way of healing. And if Mathas is the only one that crawls out of this dungeon, so be it. Holy shit. I'm surprised he's still alive. Come on, Mathas. Carrie is gonna get... Yup, she got fearful. That's not good. She's gonna start acting on her own now.
Fear and frailty.
Fearful. Fear has overwhelmed the hero. Yep. I hate when this stuff pops up when I'm fighting. Death blow. Alright, there goes Carrie. Only Mathas left.
In this sprawling tomb.
Jesus, this is bad luck, but hey, you can do what you gotta do. Alright, let's do this. Try and finish him off. I will laugh if I just end up losing. Alright, we're gonna be on death's door here momentarily. We resisted the bleed, which is good. Dead weight, that's gonna smack us. Yeah, we still have 0.8 health though. Somehow. Eldritch push, that's gonna put us on death's door.
A hand's breadth from becoming unwound.
Alright, let's just do it. Fucking finish him off, at least. Everything that hits is gonna be... yep, we died. Wow, we died. So what happened? Did we just lose? I've actually never had that happen before.
Failure tests the mettle of heart.
Yeah,
brain,
return to
and
town.
body.
Well, that's a shit start. Let's put it that way.
Name once so well regarded
Well,
is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk.
welp, I think I'll start over next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll pick up on the next one next time. What happened? Do we have anybody here? We have 3 healers. And then this guy. Yeah. That sucks, but hey, that's how this goes. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, come back next time for some more Darkest Dungeon. Consider dropping a like. Your support means the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.